Welcome to Healthy Living on the Voice of America. I'm Linord Moudou, coming to you from the shores of Lake Victoria in Kisumu. Kisumu is the third largest city here in the eastern country of Kenya, and it is well known for its extraordinary fishing activities as well as its good tropical weather. But with tropical weather comes tropical diseases like malaria. And today we will look at the devastation of malaria in this community.
This is a normal day here in KOMEWA. Adults are busy with their activities to provide for themselves and their families. Some children attend school. Others help in the farm or with household chores. For the youngest, it is playtime at all times. However, behind this normal life in KOMEWA lies a constant health threat, the burden of malaria. In this community, almost every family has lost a loved one due to the disease. KOMEWA is a village located about 40 kilometers from Kisumu town, the third largest city in Kenya on the shores of Lake Victoria. The weather is hot and steamy most of the time, a perfect climate for the deadly Anopheles mosquito, the carrier of malaria. Over 90% of the world's malaria deaths occur in sub-Saharan Africa, where a child dies every 30 seconds of the mosquito-borne disease. We visit the Nduru Health Center, one of the dispensaries in the community, which provides basic health care to patients. According to Nurse Pamela, most of her patients are infected with malaria.
Most of the patients are under 5, that is the children and adults. Malaria, I would say among 30, 20 malaria cases, and 10 maybe will come with cat wound, will come with other infections, like upper respiratory tract infection.
For patient Sylvestre Omole, this is the first time experiencing the condition.
Have you had malaria before? How did you know that you had malaria?
I thought I had been experiencing malaria because I was having weaknesses of the joint and body ache. Also, I was having headaches, high fever, and coughing.
Children are the most vulnerable to the disease. Oyango is 2 years old. His mother took him to the health center as he was feeling unwell.
I saw the doctor and they gave him some painkiller. They told me to take him to the district hospital for advanced care because his condition is critical.
Little Gael recovered from his illness 5 days later. If he can survive a few more years, he will be one of the lucky ones. In this region, about 20% of children under the age of 5 die of malaria. Nancy Otieno's child became a statistic last year.
Do you know anybody who lost their child with malaria?
Last year.
Last year you lost a child with malaria? How old was he?
One year and 6 months.
When it comes to controlling malaria, early diagnosis and treatment are two very important aspects. However, prevention is always better than care, but malaria prevention can be difficult. It requires sleeping under insecticide-treated bed nets, repeated self-application of mosquito repellents, and the chronic use of preventative drugs. These measures are expensive, impractical, and not sustainable in the setting of poverty. Many people in KOMEWA are aware of the importance of prevention. They know the need of maintaining their homes clean to avoid settings that can be breeding ground for mosquitoes. Jaqueline Oyango is the chief of KOMEWA district.
But we usually tell them to slash the homes, to do away with the stagnant water. They are doing that, but there are so many ponds. You know that mosquito, Anopheles mosquito, we understand it travels more than 7 kilometers in a night. We can't stop it from moving.
Villagers are also encouraged to use treated mosquito bed nets. However, these nets can be costly. Some of the cheapest ones cost 50 Kenyan shillings, a little less than $1, and are not affordable by many. Here, 8 out of 10 people live on less than $1 a day. Those who can afford them often overuse them. Also, one net is not enough for many families.
You know, we Africans, we give birth to so many children. And you have one mosquito net. Can you put 4 or 5 children under one mosquito net? You can't.
This is a Barroso, a town meeting that brings together local officials, village elders, and community members to discuss issues of concern and share information. Part of the agenda today is to raise awareness against malaria. Dr. Mark Polemis is the director of the Muriti Walde Clinical Research Center, developed by the U.S. Army Medical Research Unit in Kenya in partnership with the Kenya Medical Research Institute. He attends the Barroso to dialogue with the community.
So if you've ever had malaria, please raise your hand.
Dr. Polemis' visit is an opportunity for some villagers to share their frustrations and challenges with malaria.
Here, many people don't have economic resources, so it's very difficult to protect our families. We need money to buy the nets. We need money to buy the drugs.
When it comes to treatment, the residents of KOMEWA have the possibility to go to local health facilities, like the Nduru Kaderos dispensary, to seek the necessary primary care. For more in-depth testing and treatment possibilities, there is the district hospital. However, one of the main challenges here in receiving care is accessing healthcare facilities. Many villagers do not own private means of transportation and resort to scarce public transportation that can be costly for some, uncomfortable for a sick person, and sometimes inefficient, considering the time spent on the road.
This is a boda, a commonly used means of transportation around here. Imagine having to ride this bike for 4 kilometers on a bumpy and muddy road with a sick child on your lap trying to reach a nearby hospital.
In some cases, patients die on the road during a trip to or from a health facility. This was the case when Nancy's child died last year.
They died from the road. Kama bado hajafika hapa.
It was a long road.
Yeah.
Faced with these difficult realities, some villagers fall back on self-medication or visit nearby local pharmacies to buy available cheap drugs. Employees with no medical training selling drugs that are sometimes forbidden or not recognized by the international medical community run these pharmacies most of the time. We visited a nearby pharmacy to see what drugs are being offered.
So if I was sick with malaria, what would you recommend me?
I would recommend you with Malastine.
Malastine because it's only one time?
No, not that it's only one time. It doesn't have side effects.
Oh, no side effect?
Yeah.
Oh. So all the others can have side effect?
They have side effects. With Malastine, you can take it minus painkillers, but the rest you can take with painkillers.
You seem to be very knowledgeable about...
No, I don't have more knowledge about it. I'm just a servant for somebody.
Oh, okay, and the person told you...
Just training me.
The people of KOMEWA remain hopeful that with continuous research, such as those conducted by the Walter Reed Project, they will have a victory one day over the Anopheles mosquito that for so long has been causing so much despair in their community.
Don't go away, we'll be right back to continue healthy living.